Welcome to Discovering. Tonight I have two fish tales from two Great Lakes. First, we head down to Lake Michigan for the 3rd annual Dick Ranguette Salmon Derby.
I just wish he was here today to see it. I know he'd absolutely love it.
And then to Lake Superior for the 10th annual South Shore Veterans Fishing Day.
He caught his largest lake trout today, so he's never caught one that big. 15 pounds is a nice trout.
So sit back and relax. It's Monday night and it's time for Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone, forest thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak, surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields, call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill, the eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
This is Fairport Marina in Fairport, at the tip of the Garden Peninsula that sticks out into Lake Michigan. A sliver of land and harbor town that is a summer paradise for salmon fishermen. Back in mid-July, during the peak of the king salmon fishing season, I ran down to Fairport and jumped on board a fishing boat with a team of ladies for a women's fishing tournament, part of the 3rd annual Dick Ranguette Salmon Derby. On this team is Derby organizer Lois Ranguette.
I'm going to go over some rules real quick just to make sure everyone's on the same page. All right, we got our captain, Tristan, and his wife, Ashley, and then we got their little baby, Oakley, and we got Nicole and Randy and myself, and we got Kristen too.
Lois started, or more so restarted, the Derby in honor of her late uncle, Dick.
Yes, he used to run the derbies down here. He lived for the camaraderie that these derbies would bring in, and every weekend down here and seeing the marinas full, and I just wish he was here today to see it. I know he'd absolutely love it. I grew up down here fishing, running the vendor trailers for the derbies, absolutely loved it. And when my uncle got sick and passed, there were a few derbies held, but nothing really stuck, and I had noticed that the fishing down here and the private marinas were starting to notice a difference. Not as many anglers out here. And then I just put it out on Facebook, hey, if I run a derby, who'd be interested? And everyone was like, well, we'll do it, you know, run it and we'll be there. And so the first year I threw it together in 2 weeks, and we had 11 boats, some of the worst weather I've ever fished in. And it was a pretty good turnout. And then the second year we tripled in size. We had 33 boats, 103 people, and it was beautiful weather. Absolutely flat, gorgeous, hot, very hot. And it's just growing and growing every year, and I'm excited to see what it's gonna be in a couple of years.
This is the first year of the women's tournament.
So with the Derby weekend, it gets a little hectic for me. I usually don't get any sleep throughout the weekend, and I'm itching to get out here and fish just as bad as everybody in the Derby, and I figured, hey, it's a great way to get women involved, and it's a chance for me to get out and enjoy some fishing before the chaos of the weekend begins. We have 9 boats in the women's first year, and I was expecting a little bit more, but it was kind of dicey with what the weather was gonna do, but it's absolutely beautiful out here right now, perfect fishing weather.
The captain of our boat is Tristan Mishker, who I've done a few stories with now, and he just picked up this boat this summer.
27-foot blackfin, 1990. She's mint.
How's the salmon bite been this year compared to other years?
It's been great this year. Good quality fish and plentiful. And like I said, it really hasn't been any secrets this year. Everything's been working. Everybody's been catching fish. You know, when they're bent and tore up, they're worth throwing back out there. Yeah, we'll be running meat mostly. We'll be running spoons on our stackers, on our downriggers. So we'll be running a little bit of everything today. Some flasher flies. Yup, the meat's been getting the big girls. That's all we care about today.
Well, how many lines you putting out?
I think we'll have out about a dozen lines. Yeah.
Keep them all from tangling up.
That's the trick.
The guys can drive the boat, set out lines, get the rod out of the rod holder, and net the fish, but the ladies have to reel them in. We had a fish on right away, and Lois needed no help grabbing the rods and setting the hook.
Go ahead, you bring that 30-pounder and we'll head back to the dock.
We have from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. to catch the biggest king salmon.
The women's is just first through third and single biggest salmon. By weight, yep.
King salmon will put up a fight. It's a battle of strength between who can wear the other one out, the fish or the fisherwoman.
What's your line counter at, Lois?
I'm at 257 now.
I can tell Lois has done this before.
There's a fish. Oh. Come over this way with it. Oh, keep them tight, keep them tight. Give me that leader, give me a leader. That's a nice one.
All right.
Dip that rod, dip this rod. Keep them coming, keep them. Got him.
You're good.
Perfect.
Woo!
Nice.
Woo!
That fish should put us on the board. And after that first one, it was a long while before another reel started screaming. With a couple nice fish in the boat and the waves climbing higher and higher, we called it a day. Okay. Back at the marina, Lois weighed our fish in, which put us in second place.
I'm waiting for it.
Both of those big fish were just over 18 pounds. Currently in first place is this beast of a king salmon that weighed just over 20 pounds. After the sun set, the last of the boats made their way to shore.
Go.
What?
Are we?
I don't know.
I think
They're
it's that
both
way.
going, hey?
Hold them up next to each other. 29.6.
First place went to the ladies of Team Out of Line. Our team ended up in 3rd place. It was a fantastic day of fishing and fun in Fairport. Congrats to all the ladies, and I'll have to come back again next year. The South Shore Fishing Association held their 10th annual Veterans Fishing Day in Marquette on Saturday, August 3rd. And I don't think you could have picked a more beautiful, picture-perfect day to honor our veterans with a fun day of fishing.
So today is an amazing day for us for South Shore Fishing. It's one of our most exciting days of the year. We take out veterans onto the water to give back to those who served us and letting us serve them today.
The day starts at sunrise as volunteers help lift those in wheelchairs into the boats so no vet is left behind.
All of our captains are volunteers. They volunteer their time, their boat, their equipment to take our veterans out and to give back and see how many fish they can catch today.
113 vets on 60 boats left Marquette harbors just after sunrise, and it was a sight to see. You could already feel the camaraderie and excitement for the day ahead. I joined veteran Blaine and his crew. Captain Ron of Great Ideas Charters, his first mate and son Ronnie, and Blaine's assistant Andrew.
They come and asked me one day if I'd be interested in going. I said, yeah, I'd love to get out there. That's all it took, and I was out here.
I've been doing it probably at least 10 years now and stuff. And I take the vets out every Tuesday morning from Jacob Eddy's. So I really enjoy their stories. Anytime I can spend time with these guys and listen to them stories are awesome.
A short boat ride later, Captain Ron and his son went to work setting lines. The more lines out, hopefully the more chances Blaine has of reeling in a fish.
We'll have a pretty good spread. I'm going to say probably at least 6. I think Blaine can handle 6.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like they say, why don't you get an autopilot? I said, I got the best autopilot right there. We should have every base covered besides the catching a fish. That's Blaine's job, right, Blaine?
Right on there. That's it. I can do it, I ain't scared.
There's one.
It wasn't long before Blaine had to do his job.
Here you go, Blaine.
Oh, here we go again.
This is a nice fish.
Taking line, he's still taking line.
Yeah, sorry.
He's still taking line.
Just let it fight, Blaine. I think you got Walter.
Waldo.
What do you think, Blaine?
I don't know, man. Trying to keep him not getting no slack.
There you go, it's a nice fish. Here. Go ahead, keep on winding it. Wind it up. Woo!
What do you think? That's probably about a 10-pounder.
Oh, we'll weigh him and let you know how much he weighs.
He didn't want to move. He just kept pulling line, pulling line. That's a big fish, Ron.
You liking it?
Oh, yeah, man.
Blaine's Laker weighed in at 15 pounds, and he said it's the biggest one he's ever caught.
That's a nice one.
Most of the time I'm out here, I'm doing a story on a fishing tournament, but today is different. Every boat wants every vet to land the biggest fish or the most fish as they can. So they work together to find the fish and let each other know what lures they're biting on.
Carbon 14. Yeah, the thing is, we're trying to get everybody to get fish. And that's always the challenge, out here.
It is a great turnout today, and they'd like to see it grow even bigger.
We like to see 72 boats. That would be nice. Come out and do this. It doesn't matter what size your boat is. It could be any boat. They don't have to be big or small. Just get them out fishing. They just want to, and they're all ages too. There's a fish right here. No. Come on. Fish on. Blaine, don't lose this one.
Thanks for the confidence.
I think it's a great event to do this, and we'll continue doing it for years to come, hopefully.
How many times you been out fishing out here?
This is my 4th time.
4th time.
The 2nd time with Ron.
Did you catch a lot of fish last year?
7.
7. We got a little ways to catch up to that.
Yep. There's no doubt about that. There's a long ways to go yet.
And just as we were chatting, we had another fish bite. Blaine let his assistant Andrew catch this one, even though he let the last one get away.
That might be a good one, Andy. Be pulling good? Just make sure you keep it up, that's all. Oh, that was a close call, mister.
Lift it up.
That's no fair, he's bigger than mine.
Got it. When did you serve?
71 to 75.
71, 75. In the Army or?
Yeah, Army.
Okay.
I spent most of my time in Germany. But I was a tank crewman, so they're very cold in the wintertime. Minus 73 degrees that one year.
That's cold.
It's cold. I can't get him to go, man. He's pulling out. He's a decent sized one. I like the first one better.
You like the first one better?
Size wise, I
Size?
never ever caught one that big. What the heck, I'm a fisherman or something?
Hang my phone up, bud. Got her. There you go. Bigger.
That's break time, I can tell you that right now. My arm just is throbbing. I don't get to do this every day.
We had a great day enjoying the lake and chatting, and of course, Blaine reeled in 4 nice Lakers. As we made our way back to the harbor, the other boats were heading in too. After the morning of fishing, all 113 boats lined up for a parade where the vets could show off their big catches to the crowd that gathered along the harbor wall to welcome them back. It really was a sight to see. The smiles and cheers were electric in the hot summer breeze.
Seeing the smiles, knowing it's healing, knowing that they've had that camaraderie on the boats, knowing that we were there and being a part of that to be able to help them maybe work through some of those things, and they got to talk to other vets while they were doing this. So that's the best reward of the whole thing.
From the looks of it, it was a successful day on the water for all the vets, and hundreds of pounds of fish were collected, filleted, and given back to the vets later to take home. Thank you, Blaine, and all veterans for your service. And thank you to South Shore for putting on this wonderful event.
If people are interested in registering as a vet, they're welcome to. It's open every June 1st. And then if people want to be a boat captain, we open that up usually in May, and anybody can take and be a boat captain. They just need to get a hold of us.
That's all for tonight, and I hope to see you right back here next week for Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.